प्रौढशाला संस्कृत व्याकरण कक्षायां स्वागतम. Today we will be studying about karakam. Karakam. At the end of this lesson, we'll be able to learn the concepts of karaka, the definition of karaka, and few other concepts that are required to understand further. Vakyam. There are various definitions of vakyam. One of the lakshana or definitions of a vakyam is karakanvita kriya vakyam iti uchyate. A sentence is that which has a kriya and a karaka. Now, balaha dhavati. In this sentence, balaha dhavati, boy runs. Balaha dhavati, dhavana kriya asti. So there is this action of running, and this action is related to bala because this action of running is being done by the bala. So if you tell that in this sentence balaha dhavati, the dhavana kriya is related to bala. The dhavana kriya has got direct relation to bala. What is the relation that the dhavana kriya has with respect to the bala? Bala is the doer of the action. Kaha dhavati iti prashne krite balaha dhavati iti uttaram ayati. एवं क्रियया सह बालशब्दस्य साक्षात् सम्बन्धः विद्यते. There is a direct relationship with the kriya of the word bala. So bala has got a direct relationship. Now if we come to the second sentence, chhatraha shlokam pathati. The pathana kriya is being done by chhatra. So there is a relationship between chhatra and patana kriya. Kaha patati, chhatraha patati, kim patati, shlokam patati. Chhatraha kim patati, chhatraha shlokam patati. Which means the patana kriya is related to chhatra and shloka. Or chhatra and shloka have got relationship with the patana kriya. Third sentence, sa kate upavishati. Sa kate upavishati. The upaveshana kriya, the act of sitting, is being done by her. Sa kutra upavishati, kate upavishati. So kate is the place where the upaveshana kriya is happening. So there is a relationship between the upaveshana kriya and kata, the upaveshana kriya and sa, which means every sentence will have a kriya, which we have seen, dhavati, patati, upavishati, etc. Every sentence, in every sentence, the kriya has relationship with other objects or it has relationship with other nouns. So what happens is, in a sentence, you have a kriya and there is a relationship with the kriya. Now, the relationship with the kriya is called karaka. Karakam nama kim? Yat kriyanvayi tat karakam. So directly, if you say in a sentence, if there is a kriyaya anvayaha, kriyaya sambandhaha asti chet, tat kriyanvayitvam karakam iti uchyate. Now what is this relationship, sir? Does it mean sambandh? What is this sambandha? What is this anvayitvam? How do you think the relation is there? Then we try to analyze this kriyanvayitvam and then arrive at another definition of a karakam, which is called kriyam nirvartayati iti karakam. In the first case, we said yat kriyanvayi tat karakam. Those things in sa kate upavishati, sa and kate are the things that are related directly to the action. Now, so those words become karaka. In the second case, when we try to analyze further, kriyam nirvartayati iti karakam. Those things that help the kriya to happen are karakas. Let us take the example of sa kate upavishati. Suppose upaveshana kriya has to happen. First, there has to be a person who wants to sit. And when he decides that in the mind that he has to sit down or something, there should be a place to sit. That place is determined by the word kata. Kata is mat. So she sits on the mat. So once, if that place If she has decided that she has to sit on the mat, and if the mat is not there, she will not sit. So the action will not happen. So what is the thing that made the Upaveshana Kriya to happen? One is the person who wants to do the Kriya, which is the doer of the action in this sentence, Sa Kate Upavishati. And next is the place of action, because she wants to have the Upaveshana Kriya on the Kata. So those things that help the Kriya to happen can be termed as Karaka. Kriyam Nirvartayati iti Karakam. Now, if you further analyze this statement, so first is we said that those things that have relationship with the action are Karaka. The second analysis, deeper analysis, brings us to the statement that those things which help the Kriya to happen. That is where further analysis tells Kriya Janakam Karakam. The further analysis says that Karaka is Kriya Janaka. It can help create the action itself, without which the action cannot happen. So, how does it help? Now, Sa Kate Upavishati. She decides to sit. Sa Kate Upavishati. She decides to sit. Upaveshana Kriya. The kata, or the kata which is the mat, is the location where the action is going to happen. Now, on the mat, the mat has got as Adbhuta Shakti. What is that Shakti? If anybody sits on the mat, it holds that person. It is very happy. The Shakti, the Dravya Shakti, which is present in the Dravya, which is present in that mat, the Shakti, or the power that is present in the mat, which is a noun, that helps to create the action, or that helps to generate the action of sitting. If that mat was not there, that person would not have sat at all, which means the action would not have occurred at all. The action would not have been born. It would have stayed in the mind, or it would not have happened. So the Shakti that is present in the Dravya, or the noun, that helps to create the action is called Karaka. So Karaka can be understood. It requires a very deep analysis. We are going to touch only only the surface and go in this course. It requires a deeper analysis and a deeper understanding. Let us go back to the previous slide. Karakanvita Kriya Vakyam. A sentence is one which has a Kriya and a Karaka. Now, Balaha Dhavati, Chatraha Shlokam Patati, Sa Kate Upavishati. We say that in all these sentences there is a Kriya and a Karaka. Now, what is a Karaka? We say Yat Kriyanvayi, we say Yat Kriyanvayi Tat Karakam. Karaka is that which has a Sambandha, or a relation with the verb. Now, when we analyze this further, we come to the conclusion that those things that help the Kriya to happen are the Karaka. We come to the conclusion that Karaka is nothing but the Shakti. It is a Shakti which is present in the Dravya that helps to create the action itself. Now, such a beautiful concept which can be understood. We'll further get into the details of this concept. This is a very important slide. This tells the concept of the Karaka. Now let us take the example of Pachati, to cook. Paka Kriya. Paka Kriya is the action of cooking. Now, how does this cooking happen? There is a kitchen. All the mothers and everybody, you can imagine the kitchen. There is a kitchen, and there is a person called Devadatta, who is an expert cook. Now, kitchen is defined by the word Mahanasa. Devadattaha Mahanase Pachati. Devadatta cooks in the kitchen. What does he do? He enters the kitchen. From the time he enters the kitchen, he decides, I have to cook something for Yajnadatta, who is there to receive the food, who will come to eat the food after an hour. So Devadatta enters the kitchen, and he sees a lot of rice in a large vessel, that is called Avapana. From a large vessel, he takes the rice and puts all that in a big pot, or a cooker, which is called sthali, sthalyam. In this picture, it is not a cooker, but it is something else. So he puts everything in the thali, and there is Agni, gas stove, and there is fire, which is going to help in the act of cooking, and the cooking is going to happen. So let me explain the series. So Devadatta enters the kitchen. He takes the rice from a larger vessel and puts the rice in a smaller vessel and keeps that rice in a cooker, add water to it. Once he adds water to it, he places the rice and the water on the stove. Before placing the rice and the water, he washes the rice, etc. All those things are there. So he places the rice along with the water on the stove, and he lights up the gas. The fire burns, the gas is lit, and the cooking starts. After some time, he knows if it is a cooker, you have to give 20 minutes and three whistles have to come, etc. He knows the timing. If it is not a cooker, if it is a patram, like a vessel, he will use a small spoon or a darvi through which he will understand whether the rice is cooked. Now, Devadattaha Mahanase Avapanat Tandulam Sthalyam Agnina Pachati. Now, if we look at this Paka Kriya, this act of cooking that Devadatta is doing, now what did he do? He for the main Kriya, which is cooking, he did lot of other Kriyas. So the main action Kriya, which is Paka Kriya, is made up of what are the other is Mahanase Praveshaha, Avapanat Tandulasya Svikaraha, Tandulasya Patre Sthapanam, Anantaram Jalasya Puranam, Anantaram Tandula Prakshalanam, Anantaram Punaha Tad Tandula Mishrita Jalam, Tatra Jalam, Tatra Agnau Arohanam, Anantaram Agni Jwalanam, Anantaram Tatra Pratiksha Karanam, Anantaram Tatra Pakakriya Utpadyate. So the Pakakriya happens when the rice gets cooked. So the action is said to be complete. He takes the rice and serves it to Yajnadatta, who is waiting to be served. Now in this Kriya, which are the Padarthas which did help? Actually, Devadatta is the person who actually is the Karta. So he is the person who started this action, who wanted to do this action, who had the interest to do this action. So he is the Karta. But if the kitchen was not there, probably Devadatta could not have cooked because all the things are there in that kitchen. If the larger vessel with the rice was not there, he could not have taken it. How much ever quantity, he could not have taken it. And if the cooker or the smaller vessel was not there, he could not have put the rice there. If the water was not there, he could not have washed. If the gas was not there, he could not have put it on the stove, or without that, whatever he does, it will not get cooked. The rice will not get cooked. So he needs the gas, and main thing is the fire. Once he starts the fire, the temperature, the heat transfer will occur from the fire to the vessel, bottom of the vessel of the which is the cooker, or which is the vessel where the rice is placed. And the rice has to be held inside the vessel. Suppose if you put the rice in the vessel, and if there is a hole or if it falls off, then the Paka Kriya will not happen. So all these factors, all these padarthas, all these nouns have helped Devadatta to do this Paka Kriya. So every padartha, they have got a role to play in the act of cooking. The main kriya, which is the Paka Kriya, is made up of many sub-actions, and each sub-action is made up of sub-actions. Like that, if you keep on dividing, there are very minute level, you can go to so many actions. The action is complete. The action of Paka Kriya is complete when the phala is obtained, when the result is obtained. Now, if you see in this, when all these padarthas act together in their roles, the phala is obtained. Suppose if the patra did not hold the rice, okay, what would the Paka Kriya would not have happened. If the gas did not got emptied and the fire actually did not ignite when the gas stove was started, the phala would not have been obtained. So depending on the roles these objects perform, these objects are driven by the karta. He makes every object perform their role. He is the one who lights up the gas. The gas is helping. He is the one who enters the kitchen. He is the one who decides to take the rice from the larger vessel and puts in the smaller vessel. So depending on the roles these objects perform, driven by the karta, he makes every object perform their respective actions to obtain the final fruit of the action, which is the pakakriya. So the objects in the presence of the karta, now Agni in the presence of the karta gets one Shakti to burn, and it is helping in the pradhana kriya. So Agnihi Jwalati is one kriya, but Agni burning is actually helping the pradhana kriya of Pakakriya. So Karta is one most important person. He acts independently. He makes every other object perform. And when all these objects perform together, Pradhana Kriya is achieved. So now if you see those factors that are related directly to the action are Karaka. So all these are related to the directly related to the Pradhana Kriya. Agni, Jwalanam, Patrasya Sthapanam, then Jalamishranam, Tandula Prakshalanam, Tandula Sthapanam, all these are related directly to the action. So these things help the Kriya to happen. Finally, these Padarthas, all these Padarthas, Tandula, Agni, Mahanasa, Jala, all these are helping the Kriya to happen. So all these are Karakas. And now all these Karakas, they had their Shakti. Now, what did the Karta do? He ignited the Shakti in all these Karakas and helped them to generate their own actions, which actually made the Pradhana Kriya of Paka Kriya to happen. And hence, the Kriya Janakatva Shakti, which is present in the Kriya Janaka, which is present, the Shakti, the power of Kriya, which is present in the Dravya, that helps to create the action is called Karaka. Now each of these, now if you take the same example, in the Paka Kriya, each of these had a different role. Depending on each of these roles that these objects fulfill, they get a name, and there are 6 names which are given. So there are actually 6 types of Karakas, and these are the names given to the Karakas. There is a shloka which determines that. Karta karma cha karanam sampradhanam tathaiva cha apadanadhikaranam ityahuh karakani shat. So there are 6 Karakas: Karta, Karma, Karana, Sampradana, Apadana, Adhikarana. These are the 6 Karakas. Now, depending on the roles which these padarthas or these objects, these nouns perform in the creation of an action or in the fulfillment of an action, these objects get a particular name. Now, for example, if the doer of action gets karta, the object of the action gets karma, the instrument of action gets the name karana, the recipient of the action gets sampradana, the origin of the action may get apadana, may get a name called apadana, the locus or the place of the action gets a name called adhikarana. So we have 6 Karakas or 6 type of nouns which can generate a kriya. It need not be that all these 6 objects have to be present in a sentence. In a sentence, you may have one or two Karakas. Depending on the role they are performing, we will give the name to that sentence. Now let us take one more Kriya Pada called Dadati. Dadati is to give. Raja Dadati. Raja Dadati. Kasya Deshasya Raja Saha Ayodhyayaha Raja. Raja Dadati. Raja Dadati. Kim Dadati? Raja Dhenum Dadati. Raja Dhenum Dadati. He gives a cow. Raja Kena Dadati. Hastena Dadati. Saha Dhenum Tatra Godanam Hastena Karoti. धेनुं हस्तेन ददाति, गोदानं करोति, हस्तेन ददाति। राजा कस्मै ददाति? सः जानाति यदि अहं गोदानं करोमि, श्रेष्ठाय ब्राह्मणाय ददामि चेत् मम पुण्यं लभ्यते इति सः जानाति। अतः सः किं करोति? सः विप्राय, राजा धेनुं हस्तेन विप्राय ददाति। सः धेनुं कस्मात् स्वीकृतवान्? कुतः स्वीकृतवान्? From where did he pick up that cow in order to give it to the brahmana? He took it from the cow shed, goshthat. Raja dhenum hastena vipraya goshthat kutra dadati, and also where did he give that dana kriya? That dana kriya is happening on the banks of the river Ganga. Ganga tire dadati, on the banks of the river Ganga, because he understands that the kshetra, when a dana is given in a particular kshetra, it has more punya. So Raja dhenum hastena vipraya goshthat Ganga tire dadati. Now if you see, kaha dadati? Raja dadati. Raja kim dadati? Dhenum dadati. Raja kena dadati? Hastena dadati. Raja kasmai dadati? Raja vipraya dadati. Raja kasmat स्वीकृत्य धेनुं ददाति, राजा गोष्ठात् धेनुं ददाति, राजा कुत्र ददाति? राजा गंगातीरे ददाति. So the dana kriya dadati kriya has got a direct relationship with all these 6 words: raja, dhenum, hastena, vipraya, goshtat, gangatire. Now all of these are karakas because they have a direct relationship with the verb and they help the dana kriya to happen. Now kaha yeshaha raja? Ayodhyayaha raja. Now Ayodhya, the city of Ayodhya does not have any relation to the dana kriya. The king belongs to Ayodhya. There is a sambandha between Ayodhya and the king because the king is the king of Ayodhya, but that sambandha is not directly related to Dadati. So the word Ayodhya is not a karakam. Ayodhyayaha is not a karakam with respect to Dadati because it does not have a direct relationship with the verb. Now this is the, if you take a da dhatu, you can get in one sentence, you can get examples of all the 6 karakas. So in this case, Raja is the kartri karaka because he is the doer of action. Kim dadati, dhenum is the karma karaka. Hastena is the karana karaka. He uses the hand to give the dana. Then Raja vipraya dadati. So sampradana, he has a receiver to whom he can give the dana. So he ensures that the receiver is present and he is there in front of the receiver to do the action. So if somebody has to give, somebody has to take. So Vipra is there. So Vipra becomes the sampradana. The dhenu which is supposed to be given is taken from a particular source, and that source is the cow shed where there were a lot of cows. He selected the best cow and he is going to give this cow to the Brahmin, and he decides that on the previous day itself he tells the Brahmana, at this time you come to Ganga Tira, I will also be present with the cow and I will give you the dana. So Ganga Tire is the location where he decides to give the dana kriya. It's his adhikarana. So Raja Kartrikarakam, Dhenum Karmakarakam, Hastena Karanakarakam, Vipraya is Sampradana, Goshthat, it is a Karaka and it is Sampradana, Vipraya Sampradana Karakam, Goshthat Apadana Karakam, Ganga Tire is Adhikarana Karakam. So based on the roles that each of these padarthas or the nouns are performing in the dana kriya, they get a name as per the previous table: karta, karma, karana, sampradana, apadana, adhikarana. In a single sentence, we are seeing all these padarthas, all these objects which are helping the dana kriya to happen. So kartrikarakam, karmakarakam, karanakarakam, sampradana, adhikarana karakam. So if we go to some other examples, Pachakaha Pachati. Now here same example, Pachakaha the Pachana Kriya is directly related to the Pachaka because Pachaka is the doer of the action. Therefore, Pachaka is Kartrikaraka. Saha Gam Sprishati. Sparshana Kriya. Sparshana Kriya is to touch. Sparshana Kriya, he touches the cow. Idanim, there is a relation between the cow which is being touched and the Sparshana Kriya because cow is the object which is being touched. So therefore it is the object of the action and it is karma karaka. Parashuna chinatti. Saha vriksham parashuna chinatti. Now chinatti, to cut the tree with an axe. Parashuna, by the axe, with the help of the axe. Now chinatti is the kriya padam, to cut. Now the parashu is the instrument of the action which helps the action to be performed. Without that instrument, the karta, Devadatta or Saha, is not able to cut the tree. So Parashu is the instrument of the action. So that is why it is Karana Karakam. Balaya Phalam Dadati. Now here Dadati is the Kriya. Phalam is the karma. So Balaya Kim Dadati, Phalam Dadati. So it becomes the karma. We need to have a receiver of the action. Receiver of, if there is a Dana Kriya, there should be a receiver. And that receiver is Bala. Therefore, recipient of the action is Bala. Therefore, Bala becomes Sampradana Karaka in this sentence. Prasadat Patati. Patana Kriya is the Kriya. Falls down from the palace. So, Prasadat, from the palace. Kutaha Patati, Prasadat Patati. So, the source from where he falls is the Prasada, which is the palace. So, it is Apadana Karaka. Pithe Upavishati, he sits on the seat. Pithe Upavishati, Upaveshana Kriya is there. Kutra Upavishati, Pithe Upavishati. It is the place, location, locus of the action is Pitha. So it is Adhikarana Karaka. So these are some of the examples separately in separate sentences. We are seeing the respective Karakas. We can see the Karakas in a single sentence, in a single Kriya. We can see the Karakas in separate Kriyas. Depending on the sentence, we have to analyze the Karakas.